Okay, so hypothetically speaking, pretend you are a college student. You are a member of the basketball team, you're majoring in engineering, and you are in a fraternity along with 4 other clubs. Tomorrow morning you have a thermodynamics test, and it is a very big test of the semester. You also have tonight you have a basketball game, and after the basketball game you have a fraternity meeting that you must attend to. Now mind you, you haven't studied for this thermo test at all, so you have a lot to be doing tonight. My guess is you would probably be feeling a little bit overwhelmed right now. This feeling is caused by stress. Now, what is stress exactly? Stress is defined in Webster's dictionary as the body's response to demanding or adverse circumstances that causes an activation in the nervous system, releasing hormones that make us feel the way we do when we are stressed. There are 2 types of stress, and they are eustress and distress. Eustress is the good type of stress. This stress motivates us, helps us get things done, and protects the body. Some of these examples of this stress would be being nervous about getting married, or making sure everything is bought and ready for Christmas time, or make sure you are studied and ready to go for that test you have in the morning. Distress, on the other hand, is chronic stress. It is long-lasting, and it most of the time causes anxiety. Some of these types of stressors are divorce, death, unemployment, or even a serious injury. Learning the correct way to manage stress is very important, and some of those ways are don't spread yourself too thin. And by that I mean learn how to say no. In college, it is important that we are well-rounded students and we are involved and active in college life, but it is also important that we learn our limits and learn to say no. Exercising regularly, I will talk more about that later in this speech. Eating healthy and consistently. By that I mean don't just eat an apple one day and then totally feast out the next day because you are so hungry from the day before. Try and make your meals more consistent and better throughout the day. Getting enough sleep. That is also important because I'm sure everyone knows that you can't function unless you get enough sleep. As college students, this is hard as we are up studying late and doing homework, and we sometimes only get 4 hours, but it is really important that we try to get that 8 to 9 hours in order to function fully and have a good mood. Living an overall healthy lifestyle is also important as well. Your diet can affect stress levels tremendously. There are certain foods that just definitely should not be eaten while you are stressed, and they include fast food, sugar, and caffeine. Now, we can all admit that when we're up late studying, we always reach for that big cup of coffee and maybe that Big Mac, because that Big Mac's the only thing that's helping us get through this studying for the test. Unfortunately, that's not good for your health, nor is it good for your stressful situation. The caffeine and the coffee, as well as the sugar and that Big Mac and the coffee, breaks down very fast. The caffeine heightens your mood and your stress levels and makes things worse, and the sugar will cause a very large crash 1 to 2 hours after you eat it. So it is important that we eat healthy. Next time you're up studying late, maybe just try eating an apple or just a piece of fruit or granola bar, and drinking some green tea. Green tea does still have caffeine in it, but it is a better source of caffeine, and it is more energy gifting compared to coffee, which has a big crash after you drink it. Eating healthy is fantastic, but in order to kick stress, it is important that we add an exercising aspect into our lifestyle. And Exercising is one of the best ways to relieve stress. It releases endorphins that make you happy and increase your mood. It doesn't have to be a long drawn out sprinting workout to exercise. It can just be maybe something to break a little sweat and clear your head. These are things like taking a walk. Maybe ask a friend to join. It doesn't have to be a long mile walk, maybe just a walk around your building, just so you can get maybe a little vent session in and talk about why you're stressed or just clear your head completely. Next time when you're studying or you're doing a problem and you just get completely stuck and you have a blank in your mind, just get up and do 20 to 30 jumping jacks or 20 to 30 crunches or something just to get your blood flowing and moving and working, and it'll take your mind off things and maybe get those creative juices flowing again. Also, taking the stairs and parking further away from your building is also a great way to get a little bit of added exercise in your day without having to make time for it. One last thing that can help is just taking a step back from the situation and thinking about what you can do about it. I have two things that I like to say when I'm stressed, and I don't like to worry if it is in the past or if I cannot change it. And a lot of the times these two go hand in hand. If it's in the past, you obviously cannot change it, so why stress about it? If you fail a test in a class, yes, it could be detrimental to your grade, but if it's at the beginning of the semester, don't worry about it. It already happened. You can't do anything about it. Focus on that next test or next few tests and homework and try to make sure you study harder for that next test. The most important thing to take from this speech is just don't worry, be happy. And by that I mean get your work done, prioritize things, work out regularly, eat healthy, and just live an overall healthy lifestyle. And by doing that, you will hopefully decrease your stress levels and help you get things done better. Thank you.